Hey, peace and love everybody. It's Prince out here with the MTOL TRUST CORP, the Moore's Temple of Light Trust Corp. Just want to come and just give you a quick, free educational training and empowerment training on credit freeze, or security freeze, excuse me, versus credit monitoring and fraud alerts, okay? Now, once again, this video is for you. I want you to make sure that if you like the content, you like the material that's presented in this video, hit the like button, share it, subscribe, so that way you can keep getting more updates about more useful information in regards to protecting your financial rights. Alright? So, also, this video is for you, the consumer, the future producers, the future business owners, the future small business owners, the future franchise owners, future big ballers, shot callers, all of that other stuff, you know, spiritual warriors. You know, this information is for you guys, so that way your credit reporting information does not show something less than honorable, because that's what we are. We're honorable people, and we like to do business with other honorable people. So, people whose information may be less than honorable at this point may be those affected by the recent Equifax breach. Their system was hacked. Hey, players go through these things from time to time. You know, you play the business game, these types of things, they happen. So, you know, our hats, well, we'll just tilt our brim at Equifax for the moment, and we're going to keep it pushing, right, shall we? Now, some of the things that I understand about credit monitoring and security freezes is that they're security features offered usually by credit reporting agencies, such as Equifax. Maybe not want to go with them at this particular time, but Experian and Transunion are also very good features, or very good providers of credit monitoring and identity protection services or features, okay, as well as security features as security freezes. Now, generally you want to go with an option that has not been hacked or has not been breached as well, more so because, hey, 143 people, their consumer reporting information is now floating around somewhere on the digital network for any old would-be hacker to do whatever it is that they do. So this could be very damaging to your ability to buy a house in the future, or a good car, or even get gainfully employed, because this type of information can be, you know, if your identity is stolen, this also means that someone else's criminal information can be placed onto your record instead of it actually falling onto their record, okay? So, and these types of things do happen. They happen quite often, all right? So, and that's the reason why companies such as Equifax, Transunion and Experian have all created features for protecting your financial consumer rights. All right. Now let's get into some of the specifics of these features. Okay. Now, the credit monitoring and fraud alerts feature is a daily monitoring program that does not, to the fullest of degrees, prevent identity theft. It can cost $10 to $15 per month, depending on which service provider it is that you go with. Alright, now this is used to identify possible breaches of your information. What they do is they monitor any type of applications for credit using your date of birth, your social security number, your name, and your possibly even your addresses. Because the fact of the matter is that plenty of people get offers for credit in the mail, and not everybody opens those offers. They often throw those offers into the trash, and yes, there are still people out there that are unfortunately resulting to a lifestyle of diving in dumpsters and selling people's information. Yes, I know you would think that we're in the future, that people would not be doing these types of things and engaging in such activities, but it happens. Now, this credit monitoring feature is less of a hassle for the consumer in comparison to a security freeze, as the individual will not have to temporarily remove the credit monitoring feature in order to apply for credit. Okay, so the individual who just solely uses only a credit monitoring software, they may still apply for credit, and they'll be able to recognize when it's their application for credit or when an inquiry is being made on their credit report by someone that they've authorized. Okay, because unauthorized inquiries, which they call soft inquiries, happen all the time with consumers without their permission. What do you think those credit card applications that come in the mail are for? Somebody's checking your credit report, all right, determining whether or not to give you credit. And every time they do that, that also affects your score. So you may want to be alerted through credit monitoring programs of those applications for credit, so that way you can be proactive and catch those inquiries before they affect your credit score. Now, every 3 credit inquiries drops your score down to from anywhere from 3 to 5 points each time. Just depends on who it is that's reporting. Okay, so I've seen it where it's 3 times in some instances. I've seen it where it's 5 times in other. So my experience. Okay, now the security freeze. Let's talk about the security freeze. Security freeze can be done by anybody. It costs $10 to place a security freeze onto a consumer's credit report with each credit reporting agency. Now, if you are or have been the victim of identity theft, or possibly suspect yourself to be a victim of identity theft, you may be able to get these features for free, both credit monitoring and security freezes for free, as long as you have the necessary documentation to apply for or apply as a victim of identity theft, such as a police report. So if you believe that you've been a victim of identity theft, you have to file a police report in the state in which the identity theft occurred. So if it occurred in the state that you reside in now, you could file your security or your police report in this state that you're living in now. Okay, but if it's not, you'll have to file for one in the state that they live in, and that could really just be a hassle, because sometimes they want you to actually come in. Then they might say, well, if you're not a resident of our state, then there's really nothing that we can do. So it's really, and that's not, don't quote me on that, because each state and their laws may differ. But while those states and their laws may differ, there is a uniformity to all of them, all right? Now, to temporarily lift a security freeze, it may cost the individual anywhere from $3 to $12 to lift or remove the security freeze, unless you've been a victim of identity theft, in which case you're just doing it for security purposes. All right. Now, it's also going to be very difficult to apply for credit when you have a security freeze on your report. Okay. Now, this acts both for you and against you, because the security freeze means that every time you want to apply for credit, you're going to have to lift temporarily, maybe even permanently, your credit freeze or your security freeze in order to be authorized or granted or be determined whether or not you are indeed qualifiable or creditworthy for whomever it is that you're applying for, right? So that could be a little bit of pain in the knickers, but nothing like having your own form of security, right? Now, my personal opinion is to do both, as both forms of both security features are for protective purposes. Okay, they prevent and make it difficult for individuals to engage in identity theft on you. All right, now this might make it difficult for you to apply for credit, but there are other ways to apply for credit with the security freeze. All right, and also having that credit monitoring feature as well. Now, if you've had an opportunity to check your credit report, or you haven't gotten a credit report so far this year, you can always go to Free Annual Credit Report and get a copy of your credit report from all 3 agencies. However, if you've already paid for, or not paid for, but already have gotten your free copy of your credit report because, hey, you didn't think that a breach was going to occur, maybe now you got to pay for the thing, look in the description box. There's also a link that'll take you to a special offer for credit monitoring and security freeze identity theft protection features, okay? So if you're interested, definitely click on that link below, check it out, think about the offer. If you need assistance with repairing your own credit, remember the Fair Credit Reporting Act says that you as a consumer can dispute on your own behalf with the credit reporting agency. But if you don't have the time and you don't feel that you have the competency, hey, sign up for our e-learning course. We'll teach you how to repair your own credit, and if for a small donation, we'll also allow you to use our software so that way you can repair your own credit and possibly learn a new skill. Maybe help somebody in your family do their own credit, you know, but you'll only have to pay $10 just to access that software. So keep that in mind, and oh, if you need to contact us, feel free to do so at MTOL TRUST CORP at protonmail.com. That's Model Trust Corp at protonmail.com. And also feel free to check out our website at mtoltrustcorp.wixsite.com, and feel free to check out our menu of services. What else it is that we do estate planning. We also provide publishing assistance. We also provide small business startup. We also provide do-it-yourself credit repair. I already said that though. We also provide business credit applications, okay? Like, you know, help you start financing your business, because, you know, within the first 3 years, most businesses close down, mostly just because they can't afford it. So we want to help you afford the lifestyle and the future luxuries in your mind. We want to make those all a reality. So hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget, if you like the content, like that content, hit the share button, subscribe, so that way you can always get more up-to-date notifications on more free training. If it's free info, it's for me. Ding! The more you know, the more you grow. Peace and love.